Yeah. So obviously a tough day for us, out there. Certainly hats off to Bethel. I mean, they played a heck of a football game. We knew that they were going to have a really good team coming in here. And it's hard for teams coming here and beat Wartburg on our home field. And they found a way. They played really good defense as we expected them to. Early on, we hit the big play, kind of, got some momentum going there. We were able to kind of move the ball. We didn't do a great job finishing drives. Obviously, left a lot of points out there. Offensively, defensively early on that first drive, they got the momentum going. Drove it down the field on us. We were able to kind of get some things in check, and then it really became one of those things where both teams were kind of a little bit back and forth, kind of not able to quite finish off drives, put points to the board. That score we gave up right before the half was really a killer. Obviously, big momentum swing. But I think the guys, second half did a great job of responding. We found a way to come up with a big turnover with Keenan getting that interception and immediately punched one in with our offense. So just like always, it's hard to beat Wartburg at home, and these guys fought, and that's one of the things I'm most proud of from today. Obviously, our execution wasn't as good as I would like to have been, but certainly the guys competed at a high level. They fought like crazy, and that just again goes to show you how much they do care about each other. As I said last week, one of the things we're always fighting for is really one more week together. It's not about the trophy or the hardware. It's just about being able to line up and play again on Tuesday. And unfortunately, we won't get to do that again, and that's the hard part. But when it comes to the season, just certainly proud of the way I told them downstairs. I certainly wouldn't trade locker rooms with Bethel. Just really proud of these guys and what they accomplished. After week 2, I think a lot of people counted us out after that St. John's game up there, and we didn't play well that day, and we had a lot of work to do to become the team that we are right now, and certainly proud of the way the guys put in that work, responded to that, rattled off 9 consecutive wins, beat the champion of the Wisconsin League. We accomplished a lot this season. The standard we've set here is very high, so when we don't make it to the national semifinals now, it's a little bit of a disappointment. But at the same time, like I said, I couldn't be more proud of the way that these guys fought, competed. I told them down there I love this team, and the 2024 team will always have a special place for me with this group of guys. So, with that, I guess we'll open it up to questions.
Chris, how much did it change your preparation or your plan for this game not having Mark?
Yeah. Obviously Riley it's pretty nice when your third guy is a senior. Riley's a smart guy. He understands our offense. I think he did a great job today. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination was our quarterback play a cause for us not to win the game today. Riley obviously hit that early play, made some big time throws, got out of trouble at times, used his legs, made good decisions. Obviously we had the one interception for a touchdown. I'm sure he'd love to have back, but overall, I think our plan was probably fairly similar. He's got a lot of characteristics that Leo and Carter have as well, his ability to move and run, and he can make some throws and make the big plays. And obviously Bethel was going to force us to have to make some plays through the air, and they just did a really nice job in coverage. There wasn't a lot coming open after that early score, and everything was contested, and our wideouts made some really nice plays, and we found a way to move the ball. We just couldn't quite execute and finish things off. But yeah, in terms of the game plan with Riley being in there, I don't think a ton changed, with him in there, and I think he did a great job today.
Coach, obviously 3 missed field goals, that's 9 points. You guys kind of leave on the board there. I want to just talk a little bit about that, about how big of an impact that might have been on you guys in the game.
Yeah, and I'll take the blame on the first one. We were just a little indecisive on whether we were going to kick that first one or not, and then by the time we got the unit out there, we took a delay of game. Unfortunately, should have called timeout there. I thought we were going to get the snap off. And then that kick hits, comes up about 2 yards short. So if we would have just called timeout, give them a chance, I think you make that first one. They got a hand on the second one, looked like, kind of deflected that thing off to the side, and in the third one we just didn't hit it, and it wasn't our day, when it came to the field goal side. And certainly, we leave those 9 points off the board. That changes the way the complexion of that game could have gone. But also at the same time, I think offensively, Coach Wheeler would tell you we'd like to turn a couple of those opportunities into ball in the end zone, right? Not having to line up for one of those field goals. So again, just our execution when we got down into the scoring zone, into the red zone, we just didn't quite execute down there and find our way in the end zone. And in a playoff game, there's not much room for error, right? The margin for error is so small, and for us to leave 3 scoring opportunities off the board, certainly going to cost you in a game like that against a really good Bethel team.
Mac, again, Coach talked about the St. John's game and come back, and this defense really got stronger as the season went on. Just talk about the development, how you guys played this year.
Yeah, pretty much preparation throughout the week. I think we came together. We realized, hey, we need to prepare better. We just got to do our 111th, do our job. We don't have to be superheroes out there. We just got to do our job and execute and prepare throughout the week and execute at a high level.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier in the year, but that St. John's game wasn't us, and we kind of came together as guys and we're like, that's not how we're going to play. We're going to run to the ball. We're going to be a better defense, and we came out and we proved that all year. Yeah, I think that preparation showed throughout the year, and yeah.
Take us through your pick, Keenan.
Oh, shoot. I mean, I don't know. It kind of just happened, I guess. I mean, they were kind of running that dig all game, and, it was getting close. Mac was in a few windows. Mac was close, and then we switched the coverage up a little bit, and just read his eyes and happened fast and made a play.
Jaeger, take us, you had your 2 touchdowns today. Take us through the second one. First of all, how'd you get to that ball? Second of all, how'd you score after you caught?
Just practice, really, just trusting our quarterbacks going to throw the ball up there, and then if I see the ball, I'll go get the ball in there.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 touchdowns by him were obviously huge plays, and the second one was an incredible play. The catch just to be able to go attack it and snag it and then finish it off by finding the pylon out there, that was something. So, yeah, I mean, and that was huge. Obviously, these 2 guys right there, back-to-back plays, the pick and then the touchdown. What a momentum swing we had going in our favor, and got that 4th down stop, and he started to feel like, all right, this thing is starting to shift. And we've seen those games here at Walston River Stadium before where we've trailed and found our way back, and I think there was a lot of belief on our sideline at that time. And again, unfortunately, we just kind of missed on a few execution opportunities to really swing the tide at that point in the game. But again, these guys stepped up big to make some big-time plays when we needed them to.
For Coach or Jagger, talk to me a little bit about that 55-yard touchdown pass to open the game. Was that kind of something you guys had called all week? You're going to take a deep shot right out of the gate?
I found out this morning that we were going to start off with that play, but I'm happy we did. Glad it worked out how we wanted it. They played the coverage we wanted them to, and then just got in the end zone.
Yeah, I think Coach Wheeler, knew there was going to be some opportunities. Again, they play an aggressive style of defense, and there are some opportunities to get behind them at times, but there's not a lot. It's hard just because they get good pressure, and their guys do a great job in coverage. And fortunately, early on, we executed that play to perfection, and that was a huge momentum swing for us because obviously defensively we really struggled on that opening drive, and so for our offense to respond back, and that's just been the way this team has been. I think since week 2, you go back to St. John's, and that day when one thing would go wrong, the next phase the ball would go wrong, and it was a snowball effect. Today you saw the changes our team made. Hey, one thing didn't go well for this side of the ball. Boom, the other side picked them up. Then we ended up throwing the interception. Then we came back and found a way to get a stop on defense. All that, it was happening all day. These guys have really done a great job of picking each other up. If one side of the ball struggles, the other side's got their back. And certainly having that play designed, hitting that thing big early was huge for our defense to kind of get our bearings. And then we really did start playing better defense as the day went along.
And you're all 3 of the student athletes, you guys are juniors. You talked about learning from that St. John's loss, and this is an unfair question a half hour after your season gets done, but how hungry is this going to make you guys, knowing the fact that there's a standard at Wartburg football that has been pretty good, and you guys achieved a lot of things this year. How hungry does this make you to just get into the off-season in the most positive way?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely hungry. I think the standard is, semifinals win the championship, and we didn't do that this year, but yeah, we come back, we get another opportunity. Without these seniors, that's kind of what's going through my head is all the guys we won't have, but we're up for a challenge and we'll get back there, and yeah, I think it'll make us work a lot harder this off season, kind of bring this feeling into the off season, and just go from there.
Yeah, for sure. These seniors, incredible leadership. 3 years in a row, just the standard keeps rising. So, just hungry. Just want to get back in the weight room, get back to training.
I just want to thank all the seniors again. They were great to us. They taught us a lot of what we know and stuff. And then, obviously, we're going to be hungry for the off season and work our butts off.
Chris, what is the legacy the senior class leaves?
Geez, that's tough. It's not tough. It's hard for me to put it into words. That's the challenge of that one is I don't know if I can say enough good things about what this senior class did for this program. Obviously, I haven't gone through the statistics. I think they might have tied last year's senior group for the most wins in a career. Certainly being part of, back-to-back national semifinal teams, and then to take this team when we lost all those guys from last year back to this position when a lot of people didn't think that may be possible. They're just a group of guys that loves each other, that cares about each other, that would do anything for each other, would do anything, as these guys have alluded to, for any of these guys as well. They've got grit. That was one of the things I loved about this team this year, is they just fight, man. They're never out of the fight. If they can carry that skill with them as they move into life, that'll be something that's really special. And one of the things we've always hung our hat on around here, that whole idea of being humble, hungry, and smart. And that's kind of, these guys have lived that for their 4 years, and some of them 5 years in our program. And it's going to be hard, just like it was last year, to replace this group of seniors. You got 40 plus seniors that are going to walk out the door for us, and that'll be a challenge. But we also, as you said, these guys are all making plays today. There's a lot of underclassmen that had to step up as we worked through injuries throughout the year, that got a lot of experience. And so, I think what I said at the end downstairs before I let the guys just kind of start hugging each other and loving on each other a little bit, but it was just that, hey, we're going to be standing on your shoulders, seniors. You guys set the standard, you set the foundation for what we want to continue to build, and as we move forward, we're going to be standing on their shoulders and trying to make them proud, and we have a big responsibility with our group coming back to make sure we're holding that standard. So yeah, it's a special group, and certainly going to miss them, and hopefully a couple of them can keep playing some football after today. We'll see. So.